Hello, and a warm welcome to each and every one of you to the World Teachers Quiz 2026. The quizzing community among our educators has grown tremendously over the years, with Season 6 witnessing participation from 6 different countries. We are truly delighted to introduce to you our host, a popular quiz host and the co founder of Teacher Tribe. She has been at the helm of this quiz since its inception. She has been a prolific quiz host over the last decade, hosting the Tata Crucible, RBI Quiz, TCS Inquisitive, just to name a few. An alumna of NITK Surathkal and IIM Calcutta, she has been awarded several accolades. Ladies and gentlemen, time for you to welcome your quiz host, Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third semi-final of World Teachers Quiz Season 6. World Teachers Quiz, of course, is brought to you by TeacherTribe.world in collaboration with Grey Caps and Global Forum for Teacher Excellence. The World Teachers Quiz as a platform and Teacher Tribe as the one that has created the World Teachers Quiz. It was done primarily because we wanted to create something where the teachers could show off their talent, show off their knowledge, and also enjoy themselves and celebrate what they are good at. Quizzing is one such platform where we have seen many teachers accompany their students and always try and answer the questions from the audience and then talk to their students, telling them about, oh, you should have answered this, you missed this, we had revised this, which is why we thought, why not create a quiz only for the educators of our country and of this world? That is how World Teachers Quiz was born, and today we are in the 6th season of the World Teachers Quiz. If you have been following us, you know that we have already completed semi-final 1 and 2 and identified the first 2 finalists who have made it into the world finale. Now we are getting into the third semi-final, from which we will identify the third finalist who will move into the world finale. They have, of course, gone through multiple rounds of screening, from the preliminary processes to quarterfinals and now the semi-final. And from here, it's only a step very, very close into the big finale. So let's quickly get to know our contenders for the day and move on into the semi-final itself. Our first teacher joining us here today from Chandigarh, representing the St. Kabir Public School, Deepta Vivekanand. Following her, representing the Shri Pragati English Medium High School, is Aaron Mirza. Our next contender joining us from Coimbatore, representing the Samskara Academy, Karuna Murthy. And completing this lineup for us here today, from Coimbatore, again representing Kikani Global Academy, Swarna Kamakshi. Some of the faces may be familiar to you, maybe from quiz before, from the World Teachers Quiz, or it could also be from the debate contest that we have had for all of you educators. But we have had these teachers take part over and over again, which means we have created a beautiful community of educators who are in touch with each other and exchange whatever they are feeling and going through in their respective roles in their schools, and exchanging knowledge as well from the lessons that they have learned in their respective schools. It's a beautiful friendship that we have been able to establish at the World Teachers Quiz, and I think the Teacher Tribe team can be more proud of what they have created through this particular platform. For now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the semi-final itself. One most important thing to remember here before we begin is that only the winner will make it through into the world finale of this quiz. No more 2 moving into the next level. From here on, it's only the winner that will move on further. So let's get started with the first round of this quiz. Coming up is Picture This. Here we go. Six questions is what I have for you. 6 images basically that will come up on your screen. I have corresponding questions that go along with the images. However, the questions may or may not carry extra clues. It's up to you on when you want to press that buzzer. If you press the buzzer even before I ask the question, you're letting me know that you know the answer. It's the risk you take. You might be right, you may not be right. Because sometimes what you think is the answer may not necessarily be the question I am asking. So you need to decide what is the amount of risk you are willing to take to gain those points. Do not forget, the scoring pattern is plus 50 minus 50, single attempt per question only. Alright, so if all of you are ready, let's get started with the very first question coming up on your screen. Here it is. It's a commemorative coin of the numismatic collection of 2020 of the Italian State Mint. It celebrates Italy's first female physician who is also, go ahead, Karuna on the buzzer.
Dr. Maria Montessori.
Italy's first female physician who's also a renowned educator. Dr. Maria Montessori is absolutely right. 50 points to you. Very well answered. It is not very easy, ladies and gentlemen, when you give the kind of clues that I gave today. I did not start with the educator background that Dr. Maria Montessori is well known for. I started with her medical background that she has. And also, identifying people as a picture and identifying people on a commemorative coin is slightly different. She got it right even before I got on to the educator bit as a clue. Plus 50 to you, very well answered. Let's move on to the next one. Question number 2. All you need to do is identify this Indian. Here we go. Deepta, quick on the buzzer, go ahead.
Shubhangshu Shukla.
And who is he? If you could tell us a little bit more.
Well, he just went to space, came back. Not the first astronaut, but yeah, the latest astronaut from India.
Plus 50 to you, absolutely right. He is an IAF pilot who went on the Gaganyaan mission of ISRO. And he was the one latest who went into the space. I think it was 2025. Do not hold me on the year, but I have a feeling it was 2025. It was very recent. 50 points to you, Deepta. Well done. Let's move on to the next question. Coming up on your screen, I would urge you to wait for my question, but however, it's up to you if you think you know the answer. Question number 3, here we go. Village of Oku in Pulwama district of Jammu and Kashmir gives us something that is commonly used in schools. What am I talking about? Not only in schools, it is used in offices, it is used almost everywhere. Aaron, go ahead.
Is it pencils?
Could you elaborate?
I think they're very famous for pencil slate production.
Plus 50 to you, absolutely right. Not an easy one, and he cracked that. I think the extra information that I gave, and I said not only in schools, but also in offices and everywhere else, I stopped short of saying stationery. I did not want to use the word stationery. This is actually called the pencil forest of Pulwama. So the wooden bit that is used in the pencil comes from this particular forest, this particular village in Pulwama. Sometimes we probably know certain parts of our country for certain other reasons, but there are many other interesting parts, interesting gems from these regions that we are unaware of. It actually helps for us to know the positive side as well. Pulwama, the village of Oku, and the pencil forest from Pulwama. Moving on to the next one, that's question number 4. Let's take a look at the question. Here we go. What are these? It is now mandatory for schools in Japan to have these. What are these? Japan is a very huge clue, And I said schools in Japan. Go ahead, Karuna on the buzzer.
These are shock absorbers in case of earthquakes.
Shock absorbers in case of earthquakes. If you look at the placement of the equipment that has been shown, it is around the pillars and also many a times around the base of the buildings as well. She's absolutely right. Plus 50 to you on that one. They are called seismic dampers or shock absorbers. Layman language, not all of us will be, very able to say seismic dampers all the time, but shock absorbers for earthquake is absolutely right. And especially in schools where there are little children studying all the time, they do require to uphold the safety standards, which is why they need to have this equipment all around the school structure. Plus 50 to you. Moving on to the last one in this round. Here we go. When you visit Disneyland, you find these, whatever has been circled in red at the bottom of the store there, along the walls of the shops. What are they? Or what do they do? Even if you don't know the name, if you tell me what they do, that'll help. That'll fetch you your 50 points. I said Disneyland. There are clues on the screen. You need to work this answer out. There are clues on the screen. It's a common behavior of children which they are capitalizing on. Karuna, go ahead.
Just taking a shot. Are they like where the fragrance of the candy is let out into the air, so they are attracted by the aroma of the candy? Are they like vents, air vents or something?
Plus 50 to you. Beautifully worked out. Candy Palace is something I left there on purpose so they could work it out. If you've observed, normally, it happens to all of us human beings, but with kids, they're way more open about what they feel. When you walk with the kids, maybe through a candy store or a cookie store, they immediately get attracted to that aroma of candy or cookies, baked goods, and they want to go into the store and eat and buy whatever's in there. Disneyland basically capitalized on that and created these, what they call as smellitizers, and they basically ensure that the aroma of what's inside, it could be baked goods or whatever, is actually going out in the open and attracting the children to come into the stores to purchase what they have for them. Absolutely right. Well worked out. She gets another 50 points on that one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've completed the first round. It's time for us to take a quick look at the score before we move on to the second round of this quiz. All right. Currently leading this quiz with 150 points is Karuna. Close behind her are Dipta and Aaron with 50 points each. Ladies and gentlemen, very, very soon for me or any one of us to actually say who may make it into the world finale, because we've only completed the first round of this quiz. But if you can observe the pace of the quiz that's already established in the first round, they are able to work the answers out and move along the quiz quite quickly. So let's see what happens as we move on to the second round of this quiz. Coming up is 2 clues. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching semi-final 3 of World Teachers Quiz Season 6, brought to you by TeacherTribe.world in collaboration with Grey Cabs and Global Forum for Teacher Excellence. We have completed the first round and I just told you where our contestants stand. Now it's time for us to move into the second round. In this round, I have 5 questions for you. But as the title of the round suggests, we have 2 clues per question. What does that mean? You will have the first clue that will come up. If you are able to answer the question with the first clue, you will of course have to press that buzzer. But once you answer, if you get it right, you get your 50 points. If you get it wrong, you get a negative 50 and we move on to the second clue of the same question. That particular question will be open for the remaining 3 contestants and not for the one who's taken a negative. Again, on the second clue, the scoring pattern will be plus 50 and a minus 50. However, if nobody answers, nobody presses the buzzer for the first clue, we will immediately move into the second clue, and then the same thing follows, plus 50, minus 50 on the buzzer. I hope we are clear with the rules of this round. What usually happens is the first clue is slightly more tougher and a little more cryptic in nature than the second clue. So it depends on when you want to press that buzzer and what kind of risks you want to take for yourselves. So let's get started with the first one. I have 5 questions for you. Let's get started. The first one, first clue coming up for you. Here we go. All I need from you is the current president of the Paralympic Committee of India. Current president of the Paralympic Committee of India. It was all over the news. Okay, no one going on the first clue. Time lapsing. Let's move on to the second one. Coming up on your screen. That's him. Aaron, go ahead.
Is it Devendra Jhajaria?
Devendra Jhajaria is absolutely right. Plus 50 to you on that one. He was actually the first Indian in the Paralympics, of course, to win 2 gold medals at the Paralympics. Okay, and of course, now he's become the president of the Paralympic Association or Paralympic Committee in India. Plus 50 to you. Well answered. Moving on to the next one. The first clue coming up, here it is. I'm looking for an Italian polymath, artist, sculptor, engineer. Deepta, go ahead.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci, the sketches of different devices that I've shown you one of the sketch. Of course, there are many other sketches that are available, but one of the sketch of his designs right there on the screen. Leonardo da Vinci giving her plus 50. Absolutely right. Well answered. Let me still show you the second one, the second clue. This, of course, is one of the museums in Vienna, if I'm not wrong, where multiple different inventions, different designs that he had created have actually been created as a prototype and left there. Some of them in certain museums are working models. They create certain things where you can actually sit in that and, sort of use it. But certain other models are not really the working type. But she gets a plus 50 on that one. Let us move on to the next one. Question number 3, the first clue. Here we go. I'm showing you 2 titles. I need the name of a person from this. These are lesser known titles of this person. Moving on to the next one. Clue number 2. This is where he was born. Deepta, go ahead.
Shakespeare.
And what am I showing you on the screen?
That's his house at Stratford-upon-Avon.
Plus 50. Beautifully answered. William Shakespeare. The titles that I showed you were the lesser known titles of William Shakespeare. We often know a lot about the well-known titles all over. We don't really check about the lesser known ones. That is where quiz hosts like me come in and we sort of take advantage of that. But this, of course, is Stratford-upon-Avon and she gets 50 points on that one. Well answered there. Okay, let's move on to the next question. That is the first clue from question number 4. All I need from you is a famous structure in this world. Okay, here it is. Look at it carefully. Okay, let's move on to the second clue. This is the designer, creator of this structure. Go ahead, Deepta.
I'm going to take a chance. Is it the Eiffel Tower?
She's going to take a chance. Somehow, I have always believed when people are playing for the joy of playing the whatever sport it is and they take a chance on themselves, it usually works. It worked with Karuna ma'am. It's working again with Deepta. Plus 50 to you on that. Well answered. The one you're seeing on your screen is Gustav Eiffel. He's the one who designed the Eiffel Tower and of course was instrumental, him and his company, they were instrumental in creating and building the entire tower. And the previous one that you saw, the sketch or the blueprint was of the top of the Eiffel Tower. What I did was I did not show you the bottom bit, which would have been a very huge giveaway. The top of the Eiffel Tower is what I showed you in the form of a blueprint. If you had looked at it closely, you could see the structure of the top. Getting that right is Deepta and getting 50 points. Let's move on to the next one. The last one in this round, the first clue coming up. Here we go. Careful when you answer. I'm looking for a name of a vaccine. This was a book written by Balram Bhargava. I've left the name of the author as well. Let's move on to the next one. Next clue. The company that created. Aaron, go ahead.
Must be Covaxin.
Covaxin is absolutely right. Bharat Biotech is the one that
Okay.
created Covaxin. Plus 50 to you on that one. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this seems to be a tightly fought quiz. I'll tell you why. Let's take a quick look at the score before we move on to the next round of the quiz. Coming up is the score on your screen. Deepta currently leading this quiz with 200 points. Close behind her are Karuna and Aaron with 150 points each. All of them are doing very, very well, but we are still halfway through this quiz. There are 2 more rounds left. Lot of questions still remaining. So let's see what happens. Let's move on to the next round of this quiz. Coming up is the Connect round. Here we go. Teachers, multiple clues that will come up on your screen. You'll have to connect to all of them and give me one overall answer. It does not matter to me if you have been able to decipher the individual clues or not. I only need an overall answer. 3 questions in this round. All of them will appear to you on your screen. Let's take a look at before we take a look at the first one, teachers, I'm going to be slightly faster. I think I was a little slower with my questions in the last 2 rounds. I will be slightly faster now. Let's move on to the first one in the Connect round. All I need is the name of a person. Here we go. Indian. Okay. A tough one here today. Think sports. Okay, time lapses. I said Indian, I said think sports. All of them lead you to one Indian sports person. No points. Do any one of you want to try? No points. Time lapses already. Go ahead, Deepta. I'll come to you, Aaron.
Is it Virat Kohli?
Aaron, what's your answer?
It's Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Dhoni?
I think.
Oh,
Both are wrong.
Brand ambassador.
both wrong.
Both are
Okay.
wrong.
Okay.
The answer is Smriti Mandana. 18 is a number that Smriti Mandana also has. SBI does not connect you to Virat Kohli. I know the other brands are slightly overlapping here and there, but if I'm not wrong, SBI will not connect you to Virat Kohli. 18 is the jersey number for both of them, Virat and Smriti Mandana. And of course, that's a trick question because most often than not, our mind goes to Virat Kohli and not to Smriti Mandana. And knowing me, you should know that I will put women, a lot of questions on women achievers as well. Smriti Mandana is what I was looking for as an answer, ladies and gentlemen. No one getting that one right for this one. A tough one, I think. I probably gave the sports clue a little later because I also thought this is a round that requires a little bit of thinking. I should not be giving away the answers just like that. Let's move on to the next one. Here we go. There is something common about all of them. We of course know the names of all of them. Dr. Manmohan Singh, Draupadi Murmu, we have Justin Trudeau, Pranab Mukherjee, and of course, Dr. Kalam. Go ahead, Karuna.
I'm just giving it a shot. They are all teachers.
You know, I love it when you say you're giving it a shot. I'm just going for it because every time you do that, you get it right. Plus 50 to you. Very well answered. I think the beauty of it all is that you're able to work out the answers. And ladies and gentlemen, I've seen this behavior with quizzers a lot, irrespective of what age they are from. It does not matter. if they're not stressed about winning and they're just playing the game for the fun of it and for the joy of it, they're usually able to deduce the answers. Very well played. Plus 50 to you on that. All of them are teachers or have been teachers at some point in their life. Plus 50. Well answered. And at a teacher's quiz, you would expect me to put up questions like these. The last one in this round coming up for you. I need the name of a poet for an answer. Here we go. I've given you titles of poems there. Go ahead, Deepta. She's taking a chance.
Taking a chance again. Is it Atal Bihari Vajpayee?
Ladies, I must say, I am enjoying this semi-final here today. Plus 50. Very well played. Very well played. It is indeed Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Very well played. All right. Well, if my social media team is watching, they would have loved that reaction from Deepta today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, time for us to take a quick look at the score before we move on into the last round of this quiz. Deepta is holding on to her lead, but only by one question. She's playing well though. She has 250 points. Karuna is doing well as well. She's on 200 points. I think Karuna and Deepta are trying to push each other to do well. And let's see what happens towards the end. Aaron is not far behind as well. He's on 150 points. Swarna ma'am has been quiet all through, but I think we have 7 questions left in the last round, which means we have 350 points up for grab. Even at this point, anyone in the semi-final here today will move into the world finale if they play their cards right. So let's see what happens. Let's move on to the last round of this quiz. Ladies and gentlemen, time for us to get into rapid fire. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, and my dear educators, you have been watching the third semi-final of the World Teachers Quiz brought to you by TeacherTribe.world in collaboration with Grey Caps and Global Forum for Teacher Excellence. Our teachers have been doing extremely well here today. I just told you what the score was, and we are now moving into the last segment of the semi-final. 7 questions left, and we will be able to identify the winner at the end of these 7 questions, and we'll know who will make it into the world finale. I will, of course, towards the end, let you know who are the other 2 who have already made it there. But for now, let's get started with the rapid fire. No, nothing would appear on the screen. Your questions will be from me. You press the buzzer, I will stop reading out the question because you're basically telling me you know the answer, but you will have to choose your moment because I'm the only one who can give you any clues. There is nothing appearing on your screen. Okay. The first one of rapid fire, here we go. A literary genius, at the age of 12, she wrote a Persian play that impressed the Nizam of Hyderabad. Her poetic work included over 25 poems. Identify this Indian freedom fighter. Deepta, go ahead.
Sarojini Naidu.
I was very, very careful to not give any titles, especially Coromandel Fisher. She's absolutely right. Plus 50 to you on that one. Well answered, Deepta. 6 more questions left. 300 points still up for grabs. Let's see what happens. Question number 2. Here we go. The names of his ships were Sao Rafael, Sao Gabriel, and Berrio. Which explorer am I talking about? Sao Rafael, Sao Gabriel, and Berrio. Oh, time. Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead. Just in the nick of time.
Vasco da Gama.
Vasco da Gama is absolutely right. Plus 50 to you on that one. Well answered. Moving on to the next one. Question number 3. Here we go. This was developed in 1965 by a team of researchers at the University of Florida led by Robert Cade. What am I referring to? This is a product that I'm referring to. Oh, time lapses. Time lapses. I have to be strict with the educators here. The answer that I was looking for is Gatorade. Gatorade. Again, I stopped myself from giving you the clue of energy drink. I thought the moment I say energy drink, and since I've given you the geography, University of Florida, it would be easier to connect the two. And you're in the semi-final, you should expect the questions to be a little tougher. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Here it is. He is an engineer from Brooklyn and he created something for his wife. The wife's name is Palak Shah. Which app am I referring to? Go ahead, Deepta.
Wordle.
His name is actually Josh W. That is the name I did not give you. So he basically realized that his wife loved to play puzzles and games. So he created Wordle for her. Absolutely right. Plus 50 to you. Well answered. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are left with 3 questions. Last 3 questions of the semi-final. Here it is. He was a friend of Pythagoras and once saved his life. He possessed superhuman strength and was 6-time Olympic champion between 536 and 520 BC. What brand am I referring to? Oh, time-lapsing. I am stricter with them, ladies and gentlemen. I can't help it. Time-lapsing. The brand that I was referring to is actually the name of the person as well who was Pythagoras' friend. Milo is the right answer. Milo is what I was looking for as the answer. Let us move on. The last 2 questions of this semi-final here today. Here we go. I suppose this would be an easier one, but let's see what happens. I will give you a name of a person and I need a name of an Indian brand that has been around for ages. The name of the person is Odavji Raghavji Patel. Oh, time. Deepta, go ahead.
Orpat.
Odavji Raghavji Patel. O-R and P-A-T from Patel. Absolutely right. Plus 50 to you. Well answered. Oh, she got Orpat from Odavji Raghavji Patel. Ajanta Clocks, of course, is the overarching brand that's also there. But Orpat was the name of the brand that I was looking for. Very well answered. The last one in the semi-final. Here we go. You have to think harder for this question. Okay? The question, here we go. The Crimson, I'm repeating it. The Crimson is a newspaper brought out by whom? Go ahead, Deepta.
Harvard.
Are you sure about this or are you again taking a shot?
No, I'm sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you go back and look into your friends who are from Harvard or just look into the website, crimson is their color. The jackets, everything, logo, everything has crimson on it. She's absolutely right. Plus 50 to Deepta on that one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, time for us to take a look at the final scoreboard out there coming up on your screen. Okay, Karuna and Arun both on 200 points. A very good game that they put up. Deepta from St. Kabir Public School, Chandigarh, has won the semi-final with 450 points. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not want to talk about this in the very beginning of the quiz and put undue pressure on anybody, on Deepta or on the rest of the contestants here today. But Deepta has already been a 2-time champion of the World Teachers Quiz. And now she makes her way into the world finale of season 6. Let's see if she can actually write history for herself again and become a 3-time champion. No pressure, Deepta, don't worry.
No pressure at all. Thank you.
No pressure.
Just a fun fact.
Go ahead.
Just a fun fact that I thought I should add. My father-in-law is from Harvard. So we read the Crimson and the communique and everything very regularly.
That is certainly a happy accident. Good for you. She has been a finalist multiple times, but she has been a 2-time champion. And this time, let's see if she writes history and becomes 3-time champion. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the 3rd semi-final of the World Teachers Quiz. From this first semi-final, we have had Mr. Dhanush Reddy from Teja Vidyalaya making it into the world finale. From the second semi-final, we have had Samrat Maitra from Sadunpur Ulludanga Tulsiram High School in West Bengal making it into the world finale. And now we have Deepta Vivekanand from St. Kabir Public School in Chandigarh making it into the world final. 3 different teachers, 3 different educators from 3 different locations of our country. We have one more semi-final left. Let's see who makes it from that one into the world finale. Join me in the 4th semi-final, and I hope to see all of you in that final and also in the big finale that's coming up. You take care.